First, we need to set aside some rules. I'll be identifying a civ winner, which only takes account civs in the game, and a country winner, which takes account all countries, obviously. I mostly follow the language rule. If the civ's language is the main language of the country, then the civ and the country are one and the same, even if their government systems are radically different. Which means some civs are going to be eliminated. The Aztecs, Egyptians, Mapuche, Mali, Maori, Macedon, Rome, Inca, and Zulu all have real-life counterparts, but they fail the language rule, so they're dead.
Why are we still here?
Arabia is different, but I decided to eliminate it because it's kind of just been split into tons of free cities. The Cree are... Sparta is in the capital of the Hellenic Republic. Moria is long gone. Phoenicia is also split apart like Arabia. And Scotland is... Scythia and Samaria have been replaced by other people groups. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into it. The Domination victory requires you to own the original capital of every civ, while just limiting it to all the capitals in civilization. For civs, many only have their capital and no others. There's 3 civs with 2 capitals: India under Gandhi, which also has Patna, the capital of Maurya, conquered through cultural influence. England, which has peacefully annexed Edinburgh, and of course the monstrous Canadians, who have ravaged the Cree land to gain the Cree capital. Now, one civ has dominated the other, pillaging and conquering, hoarding, and raising their way to victory. Greece. They have Athens, Sparta, and Pella. The difference here is that Egypt rises spot into second place with Cairo and Raquet. The science victory requires you to launch an exoplanet expedition and land it before all the other civs. Of course, there's multiple steps, the first being a satellite launch. For civs, nearly all the light civs have launched satellites, but it's mostly been with outside technology. The only ones who have launched satellites entirely on their own are America, China, England, France, India, Japan, Korea, Persia, Iran, and Russia. Now, some civs have independent vehicles on the moon. India, Japan, Russia, and China. Others also have a vehicle on the moon through the European Space Agency. But of course, the closest to winning for civs is America, which is the only one with a human moon landing. For countries, it's almost entirely the same, except that Israel and Ukraine have launched their own satellites. Everything else translates. To win the culture victory, one must have more international tourists than any other civ has domestic tours. However, it's kind of hard to find how many domestic tourists there are because they're mostly recorded in trips, not by people. We're just going to assume that you have to beat China, which nobody can. Let's just go by the number of foreign tourists and ignore everything else. So the winner is between France and Spain. I couldn't find more accurate numbers for Spain. Second place is Germany, and third is Greece. And obviously these are countries in real life, so that translates. To win the religious victory, one must get a majority for every civ in the game. For simplicity, we'll only be using the default religions available. Sorry, no about Mormonism. So for civs, Arabia founds Islam, China founds Taoism, Confucianism never gets founded, Germany founds Protestantism, India founds Hinduism, Japan founds Shintoism, Eastern Orthodoxy, Judaism, and Buddhism are founded by non-civs, so they'll be counted later. Persia founds Zoroastrianism, that's how you pronounce it, right? Rome founds Catholicism. In last place is Persia and China, both with a shocking 0 civs converted. Nice work. India, Japan, and Germany are tied in third place, each with 1 civ converted themselves, except for Germany, which converted Norway for some reason, I don't know why. Now, while Protestantism is the largest religion in other cities such as America or England, it has not reached a majority in the country, so that doesn't count. In second place is Arabia, with 8 civs converted for sure, and 3 others that no longer exist. So now, obviously, first place is Rome with Catholicism. However, Rome and Arabia have not stand the test of time, so India, Japan, and Germany are the winners. Now, for countries, the turntables have turned. Byzantium with Eastern Orthodoxy, Israel with Judaism, and Nepal, kind of with Buddhism. Zoroastrianism and Taoism still has 0 Israel joins the one country club, India is bumped up to 2 countries, Nepal has a solid 7, and Byzantium gets 13. In third place is the German Protestantism, with a majority in 29 countries. Catholicism is up to 47, and in first place is Arabia. Except that, again, Rome and Arabia are dead, so Germany wins. I am not going to look through every UN resolution to see who voted on the winning side. The June update makes everything I say here inaccurate, but let's just ignore that update for now. Now, some texts and wonders award diplomatic victory points. The Mahabodhi Temple provides 2, the Potala Palace 1, Statue of Liberty 4, seasteads 1, and global warming mitigation 1. India built the Mahabodhi Temple, but that was under the state of Maurya, otherwise known as Chandragupta's kingdom, which doesn't exist anymore. So that's 2 points which are basically gone. The Potala Palace was built by the Tibetans, so they don't exist anymore. Now, England and France have been involved in some seasteading. Global warming mitigation is basically going to be carbon recapture, since that's the only thing you get from researching the tech. So, America, Arabia, Canada, China, the Dutch, England, Germany, Norway, and Poland all have this for civs. If we include countries, Peru also has some seasteading for some reason. Switzerland and Iceland also have carbon recapture projects. America wins with 5 points, and their pals, the English, are in second. This one is painful. Cities are going to be considered settlements of more than 100,000, and they are worth 5 points. Owning wonders are worth 3 points. Great people are worth 5 points. Civics are worth 3 points. Religious cities, which I'll just count them as countries since there's no data on which cities are religious, are 2 points. Texts are 2 points. And citizens, or every 100,000 people, are 1. With cities weighted so much, China, India, and America win for civs. Brazil, Indonesia, and Japan follow. This again translates into countries. Nobody has won this real-life game of Sid Meier's Civilization 6, but we know who are the closest.